my talk of the table, we are talking with an actor who's making his Broadway debut in a highly anticipated show that is already, folks, getting rave reviews.
Yes.
Marcel Spears stars as Juicy in Fat Ham. It is a modern reimagining of Shakespeare's Hamlet. The Pulitzer Prize-winning drama adds a few twists to the classic story. Fat Ham, folks, is set at a family barbecue and centers around a black gay leading character. It's one of only a few plays to move to Broadway from a black theater. In this clip, Juicy gives advice to his friend Opal, a nod to Ophelia. Take a look.
Grown feels like, you know, you don't gotta be what your mama wants you to be. That dress, that ain't you.
What am I supposed to do?
What do you want to do?
Juicy, why you always gotta go deep?
Well, girl, I can't help what I am. I ponder.
I ponder.
Yeah, I love that line. I ponder.
Marcel Spears is here. Good morning.
Bravo, Marcel Spears. Bravo.
This is incredible. I've seen the play. It's wonderful. This is your Broadway debut.
It is.
You've been an understudy before, and I know that you've talked about, like, even those 5 minutes that you get to shine on the stage is one that you go home with for a lifetime. What's it like being the lead now?
Yeah.
It's indescribable. It's kind of like you wake up in a dream of a thing. Like you hope for it as a storyteller, as an actor. You think like you'll get an opportunity to do it, and then when it all happens, you almost can't look at it. You got to focus on the work. Like I'm just like, no, it's just rehearsal for a Broadway show. We're just teching a Broadway show. We're in previews for a Broadway show, and then it's opening night and everything is like real and you can't pinch yourself enough. It feels good. It's really validating, and I'm glad to be here.
You should feel very validated. Number one, I watched it not knowing what I didn't read anything about it, so I had no
that's
idea.
Interesting, yeah.
So I didn't know what to expect. And the first part you're sitting going, what the hell is happening here? It's such a roller coaster of a show. It takes you on so many different emotions. It was a ride I was not expecting. How do you describe this version compared to Shakespeare's version? How do you describe it?
I think, like, I'm from New Orleans, so I feel like this is like Hamlet with like a little hot sauce on, like a little extra. Like they, you know, you put Hamlet, like you got a roux, and then you put Hamlet, and then you make something different. It's really, really. I feel like if you love Hamlet, you will recognize the canon. You'll see it.
Oh, it's definitely there.
You see it. It's present. Like there are soliloquies that are really like just ripped out of the pages, but some things are repurposed and reimagined and sort of restructured in a new context through the lens of blackness, through the lens of queerness, in a way that is really, really cool and really exciting. And like you said, it's a roller coaster.
Yeah, love, betrayal, and death. The other thing is you were on stage most of the time.
Yes.
Most of the time. And the audience is like right where Tony is closer on the stage because it's like a backyard barbecue. And the audience, to me, somehow becomes part of the play, too. What's it like when people are right there in your face?
I think, I don't know how other actors do it, but for me, it's a lot of fun.
Is it?
And the way that our brilliant playwright James, he wrote the fourth wall out of the play, like he got rid of it completely. So the audience is very much so a part of what we're doing. So I can see you, I'm talking to you, like a lot of these asides are meant just for you. And for me as an actor, I'm like watching your face and in real time.
Oh, you are looking at the audience.
We are having a real conversation about everything that's going on in this crazy play.
So, speaking of things in the studio, during rehearsals, your dog Gumbo, do I have this right?
Yeah.
He was there with you?
Yes. Okay, so I have a new puppy. His name is Gumbo.
There he is.
Got one of those French bulldogs. Everybody wants one of those, Marcel.
There he is.
Yes.
Gumbo is an adorable little dude, and he's still young, so I take him to rehearsals with me. I'm one of those guys now, one of those actors that shows up with the dog, and it was great because like he plays in between scenes and he's running around. Our director Sahim Ali, as brilliant as he is and as generous as he is, had to ask Gumbo to leave rehearsal. Because he's a puppy, Gumbo would sleep. Like, so it's hard when we're doing these like really intense emotional scenes and you hear a French bulldog snoring like a grown man.
But you're a theater nerd. You actually love Shakespeare. You perform Shakespeare. So we just want to play a little game with you. Is this Shakespeare or soap opera?
Okay.
A man tries to scam two married women out of money by seducing both of them.
Soap opera.
Shakespeare, The Merry Wives of Windsor. A man dies but is brought back to life with a serum that, when injected, saves life but gives them amnesia.
Soap opera.
Days of Our Lives, you
Yes.
are correct. A woman goes to court disguised as a male lawyer to defend her friend.
Shakespeare.
Ah, The Merchant of
Yeah,
Venice.
yeah, Venice.
And last one, a woman dies from drowning in the same lake that her father drowned in years prior.
Soap opera?
Yes, The Young and the Restless. You
Not
said
bad.
in the beginning, as a Shakespeare kid, you felt like it was a theater you were not invited to.
Yeah.
What did you mean?
I mean, I think like just it doesn't feel like I have access to it immediately.
Yeah.
The way that it's taught in this country, or the way that it used to be taught, I think it's changing now. But the way that it's taught, you sort of feel like it's trying to get you to be everything that you are not. Yeah. And so it felt like I was sort of on the outside. I was a kid like looking. I couldn't get in the club, and I was just like, what's going on with me? I like this work. I engage with this work. I understand these emotions. And then I got some really good teachers that sort of gave me like the cheat code to get in, and it really is just owning who you are and bringing all of that, all of your raw materials to the work.
Well, you
Love
are
that.
soaring,
Yes.
and the neighborhood's on tonight.
Yeah, new
Marcel
episode tonight.
Spears, thank you, congratulations. You can see Marcel in Fat Ham on Broadway right now.